Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second session of Fallout Alaska. I'm ELH, the Game Master, and joining me are lovely individuals. We'll meet them in a moment. First, I just need to go over a few things since it has been a couple weeks. The first is that we are role playing using the Fallout 2D20 role playing system from Modiphius Entertainment. And what I would say is that I am doing my best to teach as we play. So if you're interested to sort of get a feel for the system and get a feel for what roles go where, this is a good opportunity for you to learn that. Now, that said, we are experienced with the 2D20 role playing system itself, so you're probably going to see a few things that we've learned from Star Trek Adventures and other 2D20 systems. Just try not to copy us too much if you do it all, because I've already seen some people be like, oh, yeah, you got to call those challenge dice. I'm like, oh, no, I've corrupted the youth of America. Anyways, the only thing I really have to say before we get into, introductions here is that Fallout is a series that does deal with difficult topics, which means that while we are Twitch safe, there are going to be times of dark and disturbing themes and dark humor, so viewer discretion is advised. And that's honestly all I have to say right now, so let's have the players introduce themselves and their characters, starting with Mr. Matthew.
Hello, everyone. I'm Matthew. I play the hyper-intelligent super mutant Noman. And he is intelligent, obviously, because nothing after Fallout 2 is canon, just so we're clear. One of two brothers in the group, and unfortunately, his brother didn't get that memo, and he is not hyper-intelligent.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. I am playing the Vault Dweller Xavier Nines.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nikhil, and I play Amarak Russell, a grumpy gunslinger.
Hello, everyone. My name is Darewolf, at Darewolf Gaming 88 on Twitter and Twitch. I'm playing Bubs, the super mutant, and his best friend, Roger, the baseball bat.
And that brings us to me. I am Brian. I'm at MindOverBrian on Twitter and on Twitch. But on Twitch, I spell it with a 0, and I am playing Jack, our ghoulish, bard-like friend, Wasteland Wanderer.
There you go.
Is it still Twitch safe if I undo my bottom button, or is it?
No, too much chest hair. Too much chest hair.
Right,
no.
I'll put it back. Literally, as you're saying, I'm like, if I undo my bottom button, is that like too much? Like, I'm kind of excited. Like, maybe I'm feeling frisky. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Oh my god. All right. Well, it's been a good run, everybody. I'll see you on Mixer.
See you on TOS.
All right. So our session today is actually going to start with actually a picturesque scene where we see those sort of famous Bob Ross-like Alaskan mountains that Bob Ross puts in almost every single one of his paintings. So great snow-top peaks. You see sort of the contrasting snow with the rock faces. And we sort of zoom in on one of the rock faces and we see the players moving along down a slope towards the actual outskirts of Anchorage, Alaska. Behind them lies a vault that has been, for all intents and purposes, burned out. That may or may not have been their own doing. And for the moment, they don't really have to worry about anything. And I think that is an opportunity for them to once again get to know each other and otherwise roleplay before I throw the plot at them. So whoever would like to take the lead, go right ahead.
Hey, Norman, don't you feel like you're in a picture? It's so what's the word? Picture-like, right?
Yeah, it does, evoke feelings of sublimity. Indeed, yes. It's a very pleasant landscape.
Jimbo. Don't use them big words. It makes Roger scared. It's okay, Roger.
I'm sorry about that, Roger. I do apologize. That is completely on me. It makes me feel very small compared to this beautiful land.
But we're big. Oh, I get it. You're using one of them double under things. Okay. Whee! And I start sliding down the hill of snow like, I don't know, like a chocolate. Yeah.
I turn to Xavier and I'm just like, so how are you feeling about killing all your friends? That was pretty cool.
As I've explained 3-4 times now, that wasn't what was supposed to happen. If we
That wasn't what was supposed to happen. Meow, 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 meow. This guitar is awesome, you guys.
by dropping the lab, it should have put the power to secure the overseer's office, not destroy both of them.
The human didn't mean to kill his friends, but he didn't know that dropping the lab would be the end.
Are you going to do this for everything that I say?
Only the really epic things, that you talk about, like dropping all the lab and killing all your friends and stuff.
Yeah, I think that completely deflates any kind of tension that might have existed as he was going through the existential crisis of having murdered everyone that he ever knew in his life.
Yeah, that's the goal. I don't want him to feel bad. I don't want him to feel too bad about all his friends that are dead, because they're definitely dead.
Yeah,
Dead, guys. Like,
Right.
We
way
waited for
deader
their
than me.
corpses. Yes.
It's like everything he ever knew, right? Like his home, the people he cared about,
his
like
whole
everything
fragile
he knew.
worldview
Now
is
he's in
probably
this
broken.
old wasteland of
Probably broken.
destruction.
All right, so I'm just going to follow Bubs.
I
And
wouldn't
Sledding!
recommend
The
sliding.
snow is slippery! Whee!
Xavier's is going to pick up his pace to try and get away from all of this.
No, and I was going to tell him that I know kind of what he's feeling. I mean, I lost everything that I had when I was turned into this super mutant. My entire past ripped away from me. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess he won't have the comfort of knowing that I'm empathizing with him. Anyways, shall we go on, gentlemen?
Let's go.
As Xavier gets close to Bubs, I'm going to look up at Xavier. It's all right. Sometimes I got to get away from them too. They can be mean. But you seem nice. I'm Bubs. And he'll extend his big super mutant hand.
Xavier's going to look towards the hand that could quite easily wrap around his entire head. Xavier, he's going to reach up, grab a finger, shake.
And this is Roger. You should shake him too. And he'll show you like the lower part of the baseball bat.
Nice to meet you.
Not
Roger.
that part! You are terrible. That's not very nice. Don't touch him there. Pervert. And then Bubs is gonna move away.
Xavier, what did I get myself into? I should have just stayed in the vault.
Everything you destroyed.
These
And
little
a lot
roots
of
kill me
stuff
every
too.
time.
You destroyed everything that you cared about. I can sing too. I'm good at it. Isn't that right, Norman?
That's very nice, Bubs. But do remember, we want to be polite, as you
Oh,
pointed out.
yes.
We don't want to be rude. We don't want to, throw in his face the fact that he's murdered everyone that he loves.
Right. Is
Right.
question, and I'm using the thinky part of my brain. Is it still murder if it wasn't on purpose?
That gets into a sort of philosophical and legal gray area. Different societies.
I stopped listening. We
Okay,
snow.
I think they call that man's laughter.
Close enough.
Man's laughter. That would be a good name for the whole album.
Ooh, you make a good point. Xavier, I'm going to need to ask you some more questions about how you feel, because I just don't have any anymore. Feelings, that is. So me and KG here we'll have to get your feelings so we can encapsulate them all in the music.
It's quite apropos, actually. I mean, we when our fibers are overwrought, we descend into maniacal laughter. Tense, and there's no other expression for our pain. It's a fascinating observation about human nature.
Can we just move on and put this behind us now?
Oh no, you'll be living with that for the rest of your life.
It's
I
an
knew that-
eternal
that,
burden.
Mr. Nines.
That you'll be reminded of every day.
No, I'm done. I'm done talking.
As Bubs comes running back after going down the hill twice, sledding, just screaming at the top of his lungs, me hungry, also me sleepy. We need to find a place to rest.
Anchorage is in that direction. We might be able to find some kind of shelter there.
Brother, you're not as smart as you claim to be. You can't sleep on Anchor. Silly brother. Pat, pat, pat. Turns and walks away.
I'm going to let him have that one.
I didn't want to mention it while the big guy was around, but I do have a little bit of Mirelurk meat still left. So if we get really hungry, guys, I know how to build a fire super good.
He might eat you, so you would want to tell him that you have the Mirelurk meat before that happens.
No, I was just pointing to the humans first. I don't have a lot of meat on me.
But you do have bones, and those, make good toothpicks.
Yeah, he'd take a bunch of radiation damage, I think.
He's a super... No, he wouldn't.
Oh.
Do you understand how the forced evolutionary virus works?
No.
My mistake.
The forced evolutionary what?
I'm not going to bother explaining this to you. It's not really germane to our situation.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Bubs, I got food. Like a little bit.
Whee! Coming running towards you like a tidal wave of green. Just
you humans owe me.
Yeah. What do you have? Me hungry. Me eat it. Let's go.
I have some Mirelurk meat. Remember we cracked those puppies open back in the vault?
Nope, don't remember that. Nom, 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 nom.
All right, well, it actually matters because since you are eating the Mirelurk meat, there is an actual effect to it. So just give me one moment to look it up.
Delicious.
All right, that's going to be under... God, what is that going to be under? 149. I think it's literally just HP back, but you never know.
Do you remember, Mr. Ghoulman, that one time that you sang the song about, I don't know, things?
But do you remember a time I sang songs about things?
That was nice.
All right. Bubs, are you asking for another song?
No, I'm deciding I'm not going to eat you.
Oh, I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Pat, pat, pat.
So, Bubs, very important question. Were you actually missing any HP at this point?
Probably. I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Well, had you been missing any, you would have achieved 6 HP back for your troubles.
Well, then I'm definitely at full.
But something I will simply throw out there as something to look forward to. If you find a way to make Mirelurk egg omelets, you heal 7 HP and you add 2 AP to the group pool immediately. So maybe you want to look
don't
into
have any
that.
Mirelurk eggs, but
I don't know. That's fantastic.
But anyway, as you all sort of deal with the Mirelurk situation, you are going to start to sort of see as the sun begins to fall towards the horizon, the light's going to kind of play across the mountains in such a way that it doesn't like spotlight Anchorage, but it definitely plays with the lighting such that it definitely illuminates, say, the Air Force Base to the north that you can see. You can see the trademark docks where a lot of, pre-war sailing ships and crab fishing vessels. You see a lot of those, the burnt out husks of them. But closer to you are a series of what can best be described as ski resorts or some form of lodge. And as you're sort of looking over these lodges in the distance, I need to ask, who has the highest survival among all of you?
I have 3.
Okay.
is this how high our skill is or how... Yeah, mine's also 3.
All right. Well, if you're all 3, what I would say is that one of you needs to give me a perception and a survival.
Okay, that would be 10 for me.
It would only be a 7 for me, but I'm tagged. And I could spend the luck point to use my luck instead, which would make it a 10 and tagged.
I would be
AP
10
from
and
chat.
tagged without the luck point.
Right, cool.
So I'll try it first and then. All right.
Difficulty's only a 1 on this one.
All right.
All right. That's 0 successes. Would
So
you
we
like
will
to use a
need-
luck to reroll?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I see the problem here. Well, you still rolled 2 18s, but remember when you do off-sheets rolls like Perception Survival, you have to use the generic roller because the character sheet only tests the default skill.
I think you should just get a
Oh.
reroll without the luck point because
Well,
you did it wrong.
I don't think that. I still rolled 2 18s, so.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
did you-
if it was a 10, I would have easily given it to you, but since it's 2 18s. All right, there you go.
There we
You've
go.
turned it into a success. So,
Yeah.
what you're noticing, Mr. Russell, is that some of the lodges look noticeably worse for the wearer. For example, one looks like it suffered some form of a fire, the roof is collapsing, the walls are shoddy. There's another that looks like at some point a literal bomb was dropped on top of it. Almost like a mini nuke that you would find on a Fat Man or something of that nature. So, probably don't want to use either of those two, but one a little bit towards the north of your position is strange. And the reason it's strange is because the walls are illuminated. And you have to squint a little bit to see, but you see that there are actual moving people moving about the place. They can't really tell what they're wearing, only that there is some, humanoid figures moving around, but they appear to have power. They appear to have kept up the lodge. Could be something useful to you in the future.
Yeah, I will point it out to the rest of the group. There's people in that lodge over there. I mean, they might be willing to put us up, but it's up to you. Looks like to me, we either head there or head into town.
Xavier, do you know anything about the region outside of your vault?
I've left the vault occasionally, but I didn't really go into town all that much.
No, so you know nothing of this potential settlement.
Nothing more than what we were just told. I mean, it might be worthwhile to try and get closer to take a look, though I'm not sure how friendly they might be at the sight of 2 super mutants and a ghoul walking up to.
Well, we're about to find out because Bubs has wandered off in that direction.
I have found that people do not respond to me the same way you do, you monsterist.
I think that's a really rather horrible turn of phrase. That seems to embrace the stereotypes that we're not monsters, right?
Agreed.
So why would you embrace the term of your oppressors that they've imposed upon you?
Well, that's what. No, but well, because if it, it's a good point.
At this point, I would say that Bubs is medium range away from you guys at this point.
All right, I think we should follow after him.
That may be a very good idea.
Out of concern for Bubs or out of concern for the humans? Because
Out
apparently
of-
I don't care about humans.
Out of concern for Bubs.
Okay,
Whatever
cool.
about the humans. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So, Bubs, since I think it is in character for you to do so, what is your athletics score?
A 3.
I would like you to roll me just a bog standard athletics off of the sheet. The difficulty is only a 1.
So strength and athletics.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to represent you running ahead because you think they have food and water and whatever else it is you're looking for.
I was gonna say I was chasing a butterfly, but there's no butterfly. It's all in my head. I think I see one. All right, 3.
There you go.
And that is a success.
That is your one success. So, Bubs, you're actually going to arrive if it turns into combat, you will be at long range from everybody as you come up to them. But as you approach this lodge, what you see is that the walls, well, now that you're closer, the walls are made out of bricks that have been assembled from other buildings and sort of stacked on one another. They probably would fall over in a strong breeze or a heavy snow, but they're standing for now. The wall maybe comes up maybe to your waist, maybe, so it's not a very high wall. As for the people that are sort of patrolling the outskirts, they're all wearing bits of scraps of leather and metal, and in general don't look very friendly. And when they spot you, they begin shouting at you. and they begin brandishing pipe guns. They're not like shooting at you yet, but they are sort of showing that they have weapons.
Hello, I am Bubs. This is Roger, the baseball bat. How are you?
And I think one of them sort of shouts, keep going, Muty. We don't take your kind here.
Take me where? I'm with my friends. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm here.
Oh, shit. Does he have more friends on the way? Well, then we better fucking kill him then.
Why kill me? I just want food.
We don't have the type of food you'd want.
I eat anything. Stomach eats anything.
Roll me a speech
Don't make
here.
it.
Roll me a
Do
speech.
it. Don't make me do it.
Speech difficulty of 3. You have an action point from chat, I believe.
No, stop it.
Listen. The Stranger Things happened on Thursday when I did the VTuber one shot. So I believe you could do this. See, look at that. Look at that.
That is one success. That's a crit. And a 20.
Right, and if you were to spend a luck to reroll that 20, you might get your third success.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's get weird. I'm gonna try. I don't believe it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. You know what? Actually, no, that's not in Bub's character. These people were rude. He charges up and starts bashing skulls.
All right. I think that's fair. All right, so the complication.
Me bashing head. Ah!
So the complication is going to be that since there is a little bit of distance you have to cover, you are going to get shot at first, but then we will drop into normal initiative order. And remember, for everybody else, you all are at long range at this point. So keep in mind your weapon ranges, and keep in mind that there are effective ranges for your weapons. So first, we're going to deal with the fact that Bubs is running forward, and one of the raiders is going to simply pull out his pipe gun, aim down the sights, and open fire. Apparently, though, rolling a complication, you see him pull the trigger several times, and you just hear a click, 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 and you see him look down and just gonna go, damn it, I knew I should have cleaned this earlier. Fuck, you got anything?
Look at him real quick. He's gonna look at Roger, like, Roger, time for your angry face.
There you go. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of an evil thing here. I'm going to spend one, I think is it 1 or is it 2? I think it's 1 spend. Let me double check here. Yeah, it's 1 spend for me to basically go first once more. So the other raider, there's 2 raiders right now. The other raider is going to get a shot, and then it'll be your turn.
Otter raider. He's an otter man.
All right, what is your defense?
It's a 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel a bullet impact your torso, maybe your left pectoral. And you're going to look down, and you're going to see a little bullet hole and a little bit of blood. And you're going to take 4 physical damage to the torso, so reduce that by your damage resistance, physical damage resistance, and then the rest of your HP. And it is now your turn.
Twitches ever so slightly. And he just charges straight towards the one that's closest to him, and he's gonna try to just bash his skull, like whatever, just hit him. There's no direction. Just
all right.
really.
Important question: do you have Pain Train?
I do.
All right, you know what to do then.
So I have a question. Pain Train,
Yes.
I feel like does less damage than just a normal attack.
So
Or is that in addition to the normal attack? I don't understand.
let me pull up the perks so that I don't say the wrong thing here. But if I remember correctly, the benefit of Pain Train was that you could basically charge. How to put this? So there is still an attack. You have a charge roll and you have an attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And the part of the charge roll, actually no, I think I'm reading that wrong. Okay, so let me put it this way. So
it's part of my movement action. So it's my movement, and then I can still attack if I'm reading this correctly. So like as part of my movement action, I can like move up and then like deal unarmed combat damage. And
Well,
then
that's the
as soon as
thing.
I still have
So
a-
it is your major action. So
Okay.
you are still using your major action. But the key caveat to this is, as I read it, you get to make an unarmed attack damage, and you get to knock them prone if you succeed on a difficulty 2, strength and athletics. And the benefit is, once you get level 2 of the skill, or as my voice cracks, level 2 of the perk, you actually can add challenge dice and a stun effect to this attack.
I would at this point prefer just to run up and hit him with Roger because
Okay.
Roger's really offended. So I'm just going to move up and I'm just going to try to break his body.
Okay,
If that's
that's going to be
Yeah.
just your melee weapon attack.
Cool. So I run up and I'd like to give you an AP to roll
3 dice. All right.
3 dice. Yeah. So 3. Oh, I did that last session too. Oopsie doopsie. So generic roller 3, 12, 4.
That is a significant number of successes. That is
4.
4 successes. You get 3 AP back for your troubles.
So Bubs just drops into just his uncontrollable berserker rage, Roger's angry face, matching it. And he just runs up and just swings with wild abandon at this guy that shot him. And that is going to be...
I'm pretty sure you're going to kill him in one swing, but we'll roll just to be safe.
10. I'm gonna roll 10 challenge dice.
I think he's dead. Everybody, I think he's...
We'll
I
find
think
out.
he's
We'll
dead.
find out.
I think he's dead. I just... Roll me a hit location.
Did I kill him? It's the head.
Oh, damn.
Yes!
So I think literally what happens, Bubs, as you run up with Roger at the ready, you swing for the fences, and sure enough, a ball goes flying. Though it's not a ball, it's a head, and it's very gruesome. But it goes soaring into the bleachers.
How dare you put Roger in danger, you son of a bitch! Wait, where does Ed go? Mr. Madden? Hello?
And his fellow just kind of stares at you with wide eyes like, holy shit. Alert! Alert! Why don't we have a fucking alarm? Alert! Alert!
How many action points to swing on that guy?
2 AP. 2
Yeah,
AP to take another major action. And it is a difficulty higher, so it would be a difficulty of 2.
Fine, I'm gonna go for it. Let's see what happens. 2. I'm gonna give you an AP. I'm gonna roll 3 dice.
Actually, I think we got 3 from that first roll, so you had
I did.
3,
I just
and
spent it all.
but you spent 2 to go, and then 1 to get the extra die, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And 4.
Good lord.
It's another 4 successes.
It's another 4 successes, so you get 2 AP. No, that's 4. Yeah, okay, so it is 4 successes. Yeah. So, no, hold up. Isn't that 5?
Oh, that's 5 successes.
Yeah, that's 5
that's 5
successes.
successes.
So
Well,
you
that
get
had to be a
3
lot.
AP back.
That's amazing.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. I'll spend one of those to get an extra damage die, and I will also roll some combat dice.
11 this time for the extra effect. One more, because you did buy, so you do get 1 additional. Not that it matters. With 10, he's dying either way. Yeah, with 12, he's definitely dead. You
Whack.
swing low with your baseball bat, catching the guy in the left leg, and I'm not going to be getting into details here, but it's one of those situations where it's like a Monty Python Black Knight scenario where his leg just kind of goes flying off, and he looks down and he goes, "You chopped off my leg." And then he falls over dead because the shock gets to him and he doesn't have any chance to say anything else.
Bubs is gonna look back at everyone else, be like, "Everyone, I made friends. They're not moving anymore. I think I killed them. Sorry."
Looks
And
like
it is-
good eating, buddy.
It is at this point that an actual sort of like air horn starts to sound from the lodge, and you're still in combat. Everybody else is still at long range, but it is now initiative order proper. So let's get everybody into initiative order. If I have last time's initiative correct, I believe Mr. Russell's at 15, Mr. Nines is at 12, Jack is at 12, Noman, you're at 8, and Bubs, you're also at 8. Is that correct?
Yep.
Wonderful. All right, in that case, I believe, Mr. Russell, you do not see any targets of opportunity at the current moment, but if the air horn you're hearing is any indication, there may be some shots ringing out across the field. Now, I should be very clear here. Between you and the lodge, there are little, like, dips and dives that you maybe could hide in if you were prone, but there is nothing to hide behind until you get right up to the lodge, so you might want to move up, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. So this is a good question. How much can you move in your move action?
It's the same as it was in Star Trek Adventures. It is medium range.
Mm-hmm. So I could move from long to medium with my minor action, and then I'd have to use my major action to get closer.
Correct. Yes. If you wanted to sprint, that would be your major action, and you would still have your minor.
All right.
With a sprint, though, you could get right up to Bubs if you so wished.
Yeah, I'll sprint to get right up to Bubs.
Okay.
Hello, Russell.
Nice work here. Are there more of them?
Me don't know.
At this point, with me right up there, can I see anyone, or is there still no?
Let's see. I think this is definitely some form of a perception check here. I just don't want it to always be survival. Sure. Why don't we have you do a... Why don't we have you do... Well, let me ask this. When you're looking for people, what are you looking for in particular? Are you just looking for moving bodies? Are you looking for any weapon emplacements? Like, what are you looking for in particular?
Yeah, like weapon emplacements.
Okay. Why don't you then roll me a perception, and we'll call this a small guns, a perception and a small guns. I know that's a really weird combination, but I think it fits. Difficulty's only going to be a 1. All right, 2 successes. That means you do get 1 back, 1 AP back. And it's a good thing you checked, Mr. Russell, because you're noticing that on the exterior of the lodge proper, there are wall turrets, laser wall turrets, that are now beginning to extend from their casings.
Could I spend to get another major action to shoot?
You could. It would be 2 AP to do so.
Well, I'll do
and
that.
To hit a wall turret, I believe it is a difficulty 2 because of the increase of having a second minor action.
Yeah, I have the action boy perk, so when I take another major action, it doesn't add to the difficulty.
Excellent. So yeah, difficulty 1.
Cool. So, and I'm using agility small guns, right? If I'm using my pistol. Cool.
All right, survey says there's your 1 success. That's all you need.
And does a turret have a hit location?
Not really. It's kind of just a turret, so don't even worry about hit location.
Sure.
Unless you have a perk that's specific.
No.
Okay. All right, so holy crap, with 8.
Yeah, and with vicious.
That's a dead wall turret. So you see one of the laser turrets, and you kind of look up, and what do you have weapon-wise? You have a
44.
A 44. Ooh, very nice. So you kind of aim with your 44 and squeeze off a shot, and not only do you literally sever the laser turret from the wall, but it falls off in such a way that, I'm just going to throw you a bone here, you potentially could repair it later down the line.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yep. I'll shout a warning. They got automated defenses. There was 2, right?
That you can see, yes. Well, there's now only 1 remaining, but that you can see.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
That brings us to Mr. Nines. Mr. Nines, again, you are still at long range from all of this. You have not seen any fire come from the lodge itself, but that could be coming very quickly.
like Emmerich did, Xavier is going to use the major to sprint up towards Bubs.
Okay.
And then as my minor, I want to know if I can do this using my Pit Boy, see if it detects any life signs.
I do recall that being some feature
the
of
radar.
the Pip-Boy. With the radar, yeah. Tell you what, I will do this. Go ahead and roll me. You know what? I'll roll it in secret. I think chat's going to see it no matter what I do, but I'm going to roll something in secret here. Let me just quickly turn on talk to myself. All right, so there's this many enemies, and if I roll an effect, that means that they pinged on your radar. All right, so it looks like you are actually going to get a ping back of 3 entities currently trying to get to the second floor windows of the lodge, best you can tell anyway.
I say with that information, watch the second floor. I think someone's coming up there.
All right. Up next, we have Mr. Jack.
I'm going to move to medium range, and then as a free action, pull out a javelin and then huck it at the, because I'm medium range now, at the turret, the other turret.
The other turret. All right. That is going to be a throwing task for you. And the difficulty is only a 1 as long as javelin is medium range.
It is.
Wonderful. Bless you. Bless you again.
Holy moly.
And for you, yeah, there you go. 1 success. That's all you need. So go ahead and roll me some damage. Let's see what happens with this javelin.
I can't.
Is that attack skill, bro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then that is 2 successes.
Oh, it is 2 successes. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an AP back.
I can't use Kyle in this one because he can't.
I was gonna say I don't think he can sprint across the distance in time. All right, is that vicious?
No.
Okay.
But it is quiet.
It is quiet. All right. Do you wish to spend any AP to add damage?
Yeah, I'll spend the AP I just got to add. That'll add 1, right?
1 combat dice, correct.
Yeah.
There you go. And that'll be sufficient that, much like your fellow, you somehow managed to get the javelin right at the reticulating arm so that it just cleanly bifurcates and just falls to the ground in a repairable fashion for the future.
With the javelin, I kick your ass.
All right. That now brings us to Mr. Noman.
I had a quick point of order. Yes. I can take a shot, second major action, to shoot my gun for only 1 AP. So we should have 1 extra AP.
Fair enough.
I forgot about that.
No, it's perfectly fine. So yeah, you would have 1 more AP then.
And I think that Noman would just be sprinting up using his main action to cover the entire distance. He is going to be glancing towards his brother to try to make some kind of assessment of his well-being, since he saw that he took a hit. But when he sees that he's okay, I'm going to try to make my way up to the building to see if I can, I don't know, perhaps next turn scale the wall to get on the balcony or make some kind of test to do that. But I don't think I can use my minor action for anything other than, I don't know, preparing to do that.
I mean, minor... Yeah, because it is a sprint. At least from what I understand, you can't like sprint and then use your minor again to move even further. So yeah, I think your minor is just gonna be to prepare an action here, if I understand correctly.
Yep.
All right. So with that, since you have killed both of the turrets, we are going to go back to Bubs at this point. So Bubs, you have your full action. You don't have any targets of opportunity at the moment, but you have been told that there are potentially things coming.
All right. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Thank you. What would I need to do to jump up to one of the balconies and like bash through a window?
You give me your best Kool-Aid Man interpretation and a difficulty 1 athletics.
Oh
yeah! There you go.
And we're gonna oh yeah and Kool-Aid Man through a wall because that's what Bubs does.
I would recommend not rolling a complication here.
First off, don't tell me how to live my life. Second of all, good point. All right, let's try this. Let's see here. So generic roller, 2, 12, 3. There it is.
Wolf. Wolf, I told you there was one job.
I got it. Don't worry.
One job.
I'll reroll that 20. It's
one job.
You had one job, Wolf. You have one job, buddy. I know, it's all right.
Why is it that this week, I've said this so many times, don't roll a complication, and what happens? You roll a complication. So maybe I should say it more times.
Whose fault is it really? It's your fault.
Clearly it's mine. I'm messing with fate. Hey, what do you know? I'm Zeech Demon. Duh. Maybe that makes sense. All right. But with one success here, and I'm actually going to start drawing on the screen, and I'll do my best to describe it for those who don't have access to Roll20. But if you will now imagine, there's basically 3 zones that we have in combat here. So this green box, that is not what I wanted it to do. All right, here we go. So this green box is going to be the interior of the lodge. And the interior of the lodge is actually very well furnished. Lots of ornate furniture. Like, we're talking like old grandmother style furniture from like the 1800s. It's really tacky. Everything seems to be made out of wood or leather or some sort of, kind of cushy material. There's even a few like bearskin rugs. But as you burst in through the wall, what you see is one very scared looking raider. He looks to be a little bit more equipped than his fellows outside were. And in general, he is currently in the open between what would have been a front desk and the sort of bay window that afforded it a look outside, if that makes any sense.
Was that my major action or my minor action?
I'm going to say that's probably going to be your major action because you did come through a wall.
Would everyone be okay if I spent those 2 action points to
do it? Do it.
Cool. All right. Figured I'd ask. Yeah, I'm gonna so Bubs is gonna come bashing through, and he's literally gonna, oh yeah, and then he's gonna like protect Roger, take most of the brunt. And then as he gets inside and sees this guy, he's gonna look at him and go, oh no, and he's gonna charge at him, and he's gonna Roger him in the face.
I mean, I believe.
I do believe. I'm gonna give you an AP because I like rolling 3 dice for some reason.
All right.
And 12. I believe. Cool. That's 2 successes.
That is 2 successes, which is what you need. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Cool. You know what? I'm gonna spend a luck point to reroll that 19.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I got a good feeling about this.
Aim before complication.
I mean, ideally.
Okay, no, that's another success, which means another AP.
Yeah, all right. And roll those combat die. To his right arm.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is you injured the hell out of his right arm. However, as this does cause him to drop something in his hand, this is the bad news. What he drops is not something you're going to like. Can you guess what it is?
Is it a grenade?
It is a grenade, my friend. And unfortunately...
It's a watermelon, and now the melon's all over the floor.
Well...
You can't eat it. Sorry.
Here's the thing, though. I'm going to rule, and in fact, you know what? Just to be fair, I'll even spend one of my own AP to make the narrative declaration, just to be on the fair side. I will say that since he was getting ready to throw it anyway, I think it is going to detonate at your feet, meaning I'm still going to roll because there is a chance of complication. But unless I roll beneath a 16 on 2 dice, I think this is going to hit you.
So that's cool. But what happened is that he was arcing back with it in his hand. Mm-hmm. I'm going to spend a luck point that it drops behind him. Ooh. And he takes the brunt of it. because he was doing one of these, and then as I bash him in the right arm, he drops it behind himself, so he takes the brunt, and I'm only taking like some peripheral damage.
I like it. All right, I'm. Oh, hey, we have a Wild Wasteland. We'll do that in a moment.
God bless you. God bless you, Wild Wasteland person.
I tell you what, I will lower the DC to hit you. I will lower it from 16 to a 9. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect.
All right.
I'll take it.
So with that change, what's going to happen is, the guy, as he's getting ready to throw, you bash his arm, the grenade goes behind him, and I'm now going to roll the grenade damage. Oh, nope, wrong macro. We want this macro. Well, here's what happens. You hit the guy, his right arm breaks under the brunt of your attack. The grenade falls behind him. He looks back, then looks at you and goes, "Son of a..." The grenade explodes. He turns into chunky salsa, and you are covered in guts and gore and all sorts of lovely things.
Spicy. I keep running through the building. Yeah.
All right. So, it is at this point that as we come to the top of the initiative order, 2 individuals are actually going to act before Russell does. So, the reason I've drawn these 2 boxes is because this is how we're handling zones. So, the green box is the inside zone where Bubs is. The purple box is right up next to the wall of the lodge, but not inside the lodge. The blue is you are at the wall that protects the lodge, and that's where a majority of you are currently. So to move from blue to purple, that's close. From blue to green, that's going to be medium. Same would be if you went from purple to green, it would also be medium. All right. So with that in mind, I am going to say that a figure sort of pokes out a pipe rifle or a combat rifle from the second floor windows and is going to make a shot. Tell you what, I'll roll it diplomatically. 1 will be Jack, 2 will be Nines, 3 will be Noman, 4 will be Russell. Looks like Mr. Jack is our lucky winner today. All right, so what that's going to mean then is I'm going to be rolling, let's see, 10 of 11. Let's see what we can do. Tell you what, I've got all this AP. I'm going to give them 1 additional die. And that is significant. That is definitely enough to hit you. So this will hit you in the left leg. And how do you feel about, I don't know, 5 damage to your left leg?
I feel bad about it.
Okay. Do you have enough DR to make it not a 5?
Yes.
Okay. So you get shot in the left leg for significant damage. Not enough to cause an injury, but significant damage. And as a free action, the Raider's going to yell, "Oh, shit. Man, these mutants aren't going down." Well, that's because it's a ghoul. You got to aim higher up there, Tim. Well, fuck you, Jerry. I didn't expect to deal with this shit today. Well, I think that, holy shit, I think they got Roger downstairs. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I'm going to bar the door. And it is now Mr. Russell's turn.
So you said they are in the purple zone?
Yes. Or no, they are technically a floor above where Bubs is. So they are medium distance from you right now.
Okay. Can I get to close range as my minor action?
You could, yes.
Okay, so I'll do that. So I'll be angling, I guess, near where Bubs is, in order to fire on Tim, I guess. Now that we've named them.
So what I'm going to say is this is an opportunity for Wild Wasteland. And for those who don't know, I've basically sat down and I've created a D100 chart for Wild Wasteland events, similar to the game. And I'm going to be rolling a D100, and whatever I roll is what happens, even if it is something completely off the wall. All right, number 47, what do we got? Oh, okay, hold on. I have to roll something else now.
That's always
what do I roll? A d20. Okay. All right. So this isn't actually going to resolve on Russell's turn, but it will resolve on Bub's turn, is what it'll be. Continue with your action there.
Okay, so we're just living in suspense with that hanging over us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
beautiful.
Is Dim in cover?
I would say he's probably got 2 DR from cover right now. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll just take a shot at him, and I will spend this. No, I won't. I'll just take a regular shot.
Okay.
So,
All right. 1 success is still enough to hit him.
so then combat dice.
All right. Do you wish to spend luck to reroll any of those?
Is it 1 luck per die?
1 luck per 3 combat dice.
Okay, I'll spend 1 to reroll 3.
Okay. All right, that is significantly better. That is 6 with Vicious. So that is a grand total of 8. He has, with the cover, he has that much. All right, go ahead and roll me hit location because it could matter here. All right.
Right
so
arm, and I, with my gunslinger perk, I have 1 free reroll on the hit location.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I right arm still.
Right arm still. All right. So you were gonna raise up your 44, kind of get an angle on Tim, squeeze off a shot, and you're gonna hear it hit and him kind of go in pain, but not enough for him to drop his weapon. Unfortunately, he still took damage, but it was not enough for him to drop his weapon.
All right. I'm gonna spend the 1 AP to shoot again.
All right. I believe.
And so 2, 8.
That's all you need. There's the 1 success.
Then.
And that is more than sufficient. That is 10, 11, 12, 13. How would you like... Well, go ahead and roll hit location, and then I'll give you the how would you like to kill him.
Damn.
Torso, which is somewhat hidden by the building. So, like, I would love if the raw stopping power of a 44 pistol is able to, like, break through and hit him in the chest.
Yeah, I love it. So you fire off a second shot. There's a loud bang, and then Tim kind of goes, I'm sorry, Jerry. And moments later, his body tumbles out of the window and lands next to you on the ground.
And I'm just going to shout, hope you and Tim weren't too close, Jerry.
He was my brother. My actual brother.
Wow.
You sons of bitches. You killed Roger, my second cousin, and now you've killed Tim, my brother. What did we do?
Well, that's
what did we do to deserve any of this?
It never changes.
This guy.
Look, I'm not gonna put up a fight. Can we maybe put the guns down and maybe we don't have to kill anybody else today?
Yeah, why don't you toss yours out here?
Roll me a speech, difficulty of 3.
Ooh, I'm not good at that, but as you said, stranger things have happened.
I was gonna say, yeah, stranger things have definitely happened.
AP, roll 3 die. Do it.
No.
Come on, this is great.
I mean,
yeah, no successes.
Yep.
So I think what's going to happen is, remember that grenade that certain person had before? Well, it turns out that Jerry apparently has a grenade too. So since you are not, unless you spend some luck to modify the scene in some way, he is going to throw a grenade at your location. And I'm going to actually spend 3 AP to give him additional dice.
Could I just interject for a moment? I believe you can spend a luck point to interject and change the order of the combat rounds.
You can, yes.
What Noman would like to do then is I'll spend 1 point of luck as he sees the mangled body of the raider out on the ground. He is going to step out of cover and yell up to to Jerry. I'm a doctor. I know I don't look like it, but I can try to save your brother if you'll let me.
Speech, difficulty of 3.
Oh, well, that's useless. Yeah, I'm not even going to try rolling that, so let's forgo that.
Okay. I was going to say that I'm always willing to give you guys a chance, but there's some things that I'm like, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
So do you want to retract that completely, or do you want to still go, or?
No, I think that's fair. There.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so in that case, yes, a grenade's going to come out flying from the second floor window, and then it'll be 9's turn. Again, yes, what's up?
I use a luck to change something.
Okay, what are you changing?
I'm going to change that. Yes, he had that grenade, but he had pulled the pin too soon. So as he goes to release it, it detonates in his hand instead.
Because he's been distracted talking. That makes sense.
That is true. Yeah, I will give it to you.
Beautiful.
Tell you what, I'm going to again lower the DC from a 16 to a 9. And he needs 2 successes on this in order to get the grenade where he wants it to go. And if he rolls a complication or fails, it's just going to blow up in his face. All right. So he does, with that one, he does manage to get the grenade, unfortunately, out of the window right on top of Russell. So, Russell, this is going to be 5 damage to your right arm. And with those 2 effects, you are going to take a secondary... you're going to take 2 secondary 2 damage hits to your right arm as well.
All right. I have 1 DR on my right arm.
So I think you're taking 6 overall.
Yeah, that's not good. Are there any luck or AP spends to reduce damage?
Not to reduce damage, unfortunately.
Okay.
Now, the good news is that because it's not 5 and a single attack, because it was basically a burst effect, like in Star Trek Adventures, where you spread.
Got it.
So it's not an injury, but you are still taking 6 HP of damage.
Okay.
All right.
Oof.
So again, grenade goes flying out the window.
Right.
Say again?
That serves me right for trying to be funny there.
Yeah, it happens. Anyways, grenade flies out, detonates on Russell. You all kind of see the snow and smoke clear, and Russell's kind of maybe cradling the right arm a little bit favorably. It is now Mr. 9's turn.
I use, I think it's my minor to get up towards where Russell is.
Okay.
And then I am going to shoot back at Jerry with my 10mm.
Okay. Now, to be clear, Jerry is not currently at the window. There is definitely some cover between where you are and he is. So if you wanted a clearer shot on him, you would have to stay where you are out by the wall.
And that is at medium, correct?
Correct. So it's kind of one of those, do you want a clear shot, but your weapon is close range, so it's a difficulty of 2, or do you want to be underneath of him shooting up through the floorboards, but a difficulty 2 because of the, it's kind of one way or another, you're still rolling a difficulty 2 here.
I'll stay where I am in that case.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm going to move up because that way I'm closer to be able to get in next time.
Okay.
So I will move up, and then with that from my pit boy, I am going to target his head.
Noted.
I would like to use the 1 AP for a 3rd dice, if everyone's good with that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, don't worry, the Wild Wasteland is likely coming right after this attack.
And this is difficulty 1, correct?
Difficulty of 1, but there is damage resistant in Jerry's favor right now. And you still get the 1 success, so go ahead and roll me some damage.
All right, I'm going to use my fire rate of 2 to up the damage dice.
Do you remember to take off the ammo for the extra damage? And that is sufficient. So, as you run inside and then shoot up through the floorboards, you hear Jerry curse, and then everything goes quiet. Everything goes still. You are no longer in combat.
Not bad.
Hey,
That
Amaru.
little computer of yours is pretty cool.
It comes in quite handy.
Amaru, can I call you just Rook?
Yeah, don't mind it.
Excellent.
It's at this point that Bubs, I'm actually going to message you something on Discord, Wolf. You find that. Just as you're calming down, you're coming from your combat high, that's what you find.
So Bubs is going to come out wearing 2 Mirelurk claws. And Roger's got his happy face. He's on his back. And he's talking to Tom and Jerry, the Mirelurk claws. And he's reading a magazine. And the magazine says meeting people. And Bubs simply said, "Ooh, pretty pictures." Clickety clack. He's going to walk over to Noman and be like, "Can you read? Read to me."
Yes, I'd be happy to read to you. I mean, maybe when I put you to bed tonight, tuck you in.
Yes.
Yes.
Clickety clack. Clickety clack. Don't talk back.
Yes, delightful. And I'd like
magazine
to take
is
a look.
Meeting People magazine, aimed at those who lack social graces.
Where did you find this, Bubs? Can you show me?
Clickety clack. Clickety 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 clack. And then
Okay, that's very good. That's very helpful. Thank you. I'm going to deal with this just a moment, though. Do either of you two gentlemen need medical attention? I know that Jerry declined my kind offer of assistance, but perhaps you would not be so unwise?
Yeah, that grenade did a number on my arm.
Yeah.
They shot me in the leg.
GM, can I share that with the rest of the group now?
Yeah, I was going to say at this point you can throw it in group chat. So your Wild Wasteland was you found a random publication, and publications are actually kind of a big deal because publications grant, well, most of them grant you a special perk. And what that means is what they really want you to do is they want you to sort of, how do I put this? You can read it and gain the perk temporarily, but it only applies to one. You can only use the bonus it gives one time. But if you have it in your possession and you level up, you can actually make that perk permanent. So it's kind of one of those things where it's not quite what it is in the games where you just pick it up, learn it, and you instantly have the perk. You have to actively choose to take the perk and learn it yourself. But the good news is that's now in the party loot, so you all can determine who, if anyone, would be getting that. But I think now, as you are treating each other and as you are getting, a sense of the building, I think that is an excellent opportunity to take a 5 to 10 minute break, and we'll be back very shortly, so stick around. Welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in to the second half of Fallout Alaska Session 2, the players have forcibly acquired a lodge which they may or may not decide to call home, and it is only over the corpse of 5 raiders, but hey, who cares about Jerry and Tim and Roger? They're meaningless characters that have no bearing on the future of anything in this story at all whatsoever. This is not an essential character. Nope, not at all. Anyways, we resume proper with all of you in the first floor landing, staring at the hole that Bubs made to enter in to the foyer. And at this point, you all have been able to loot through the rooms and other places in the lodge. Now, as I sort of showed you during the break, you are going to get a rather sizable roll here on the chart. However, right now, it doesn't look like the players have AP to spend, so we're just going to sort of give puppy eyes to chat to maybe use a Nuka-Cola Quantum or a Nuka-Cola to give these fine individuals something to roll on the chart. But let's say if you did get some AP, where would you want to spend it is the question. There you go. You just got a quantum from Tailthas, if I said that correctly.
Oh, thank you.
God bless you.
And you just got a Nuka-Cola from Orfish, so you actually have 4 AP right now.
In chat, we trust.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Chad.
I think a good place to roll would definitely be ammunition.
Yeah, I can always use more of that.
That's
We all
fine.
could always use more of that.
All right, so how many do you want to put into AP?
As many as we can.
All right, so you can put 3 into ammunition, which leaves you 1 AP remaining.
I would like to add something to melee weapons, possibly, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe we find a super sledge.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
All right, so I have 3 in ammo, 1 in melee weapons. Speak now, forever hold your peace. All right, I'm pushing the scavenge button. Here's what you find. Wow, you actually find... All right, we're going to handle this in a narrative fashion. The ammunition, I'm going to figure out a way to screenshot this that'll work correctly, but we're going to start off with the melee weapons you find. So, Noman, you come back to the group with a sword, a walking cane, and a board. Bubs, you're going to come back with... Holy shit, did you actually... I need a moment to process this. Hold on.
Is it a super sledge? Let it be a super sledge.
No, it is something better than a super sledge.
I'm excited. Tell me.
Oh no.
I'm going to whisper it to you, Wolf, because I want Bubs to figure out how...
Tell everyone.
See what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to figure out how to introduce
Can
that
I be
role play.
wearing it?
No, you can't because it's not rated for a super mutant, because otherwise I would have let you do it.
Yeah.
So that's what you find. Nines, you're going to come back with 12, 40... You know what, I'm just going to screenshot this, but I'll read it out for those at home. You're going to have 12 45 rounds, 9 shotgun shells, 14 38, a total of 13 Berserk Syringer ammunitions, and 5 50 cal rounds. And I'll just throw that in our Discord. And then, Mr. Russell, you are going to come back with 4 throwing knives, 3 baseball grenades, a radio, and a multi-tool. And then Jack, certainly not last but not least, you're going to come back with 2 dirty waters, 1 purified water, a healing salve, 2 sugar bombs, and an Instamash. And again, I can screenshot most of this, but I'm sort of waiting for Bubs to describe what he comes back with.
So Bubs comes back holding this skeletal-like frame, and he's manipulating the arms ever so like it's a puppet. Hey, look, everybody, me found a new friend. Boop beep, boop beep, boop beep. And he comes back like he's trying to maybe wear it, but it's too small, so his hands are in the side. And everyone would realize that he has a power armor frame, and he's too big for it. Boop beep boop. Look at me, I'm Robot Man. Ha ha!
Now, Bubs, be very careful with that. It's not actually a delicate piece of machinery.
Me not Bubs, me Robot Man. Beep boop. Boop boop. Beep.
You know, I think Roger is missing his good friend, Bubs.
Oh. He drops the power armor frame. Ka-clunk. Turns over with Roger. And then, where Roger? Where'd we leave him? Ah!
Yes.
So now that announcement has been made, I can actually screenshot the full table of what you got. But yeah, you guys legit rolled a power armor. And in fact, I believe you also got a metal left arm for the power armor. So those are some good rolls.
That doesn't suck.
What were a group of raiders dealing with this kind of power armor?
It's a good question.
Well, it's a pity they didn't use it against us, right? I'd be pretty embarrassed if I died and I was sitting on one of these.
Well, you can't really use it without some kind of power core. And even if you had one of those, I think you just have to store it away and keep it safe. You wouldn't actually want to use it. You know, you might need it someday.
Fair. Like, when a crazy super mutant with a baseball bat burst through your wall.
It's fairly high on the list of times you might want to use it, I suppose, yes.
So then we are all clear that they don't have a power core here anywhere?
That's what it would seem like if they didn't use it. Or they didn't have time to get to it.
I mean, I guess we could just take over this base and then leave it here. And then if we find a power core, we could bring it back. And I guess one of us regular sized people can ride in it.
I would say that it would probably be more useful if we modified it for my brother, although he does get into a lot of trouble.
Do you have the kind of engineering knowledge that would be necessary to modify a too small power armor to be able to use the hydraulic power on your brother's?
I would need the proper tools and the environment in which to work, but I could make a weekend project of it.
Yeah, I mean, making him even scarier seems like it'd be useful, as long as he, didn't decide that the way to become better friends with us was to hug us with it.
We've had many conversations about being gentle, Just look at Jack's dog. I mean, he would have been crushed instantly by Bubs just about a year ago.
All right, progress. I mean, that's just going to be, you're going to have to keep him on a tight leash, though, if you.
See what you did there, Rook. Good work.
Yeah.
I find that kind of terminology offensive. It's as if you're attempting to imply that he's an animal. I think we've already had this conversation a few times.
From a room somewhere deeper inside the facility, you hear Bubs barking. Woof, woof! Where's Doggo? Woof, woof!
Alternatively, if one of the three of us, he points to Russell and then to Jack, use the armor, that's more weight coming off of you and your brother in these fights.
Also, Noman, I think we should take a moment here and acknowledge that Vault Boy here just acknowledged me as a person. And I don't know how I feel about it. He's grown so much.
I told you before.
It's a lot of growth. I mean, he went from killing people he knew to then helping us kill strangers to then acknowledging you as a human being. That's a lot.
As I've explained before, you are the first ghoul who I have ever met who has not wanted to eat my face.
Your face does not look very appetizing.
That doesn't change that. You're still the first one who hasn't wanted to eat it.
Yeah, my feral brothers and sisters don't really give us a good name, I'll admit.
You had many encounters with feral ghouls inside your safe little hermeneutically sealed vault?
I said earlier on the way down here, I've been out of the vault.
I mean, power armor guys, right?
I would like to spend 1 luck point that Bubs returns holding a bundle of kittens from nowhere. Everyone, look what I found! I found kittens! There's like 3 of them.
So he's holding them in one hand?
Correct.
Okay, well. Now I feel really terrible about killing these people.
Bubs, my friend, what is the secret of your power?
I don't know. Dumb luck. Ha! This one is Fluffy, this one is Fluffers, and this one is Fluffy Kids. They are my friends.
And I'm going to make it even worse. You're going to look closely at their neck, and they actually have collars on. One was property of Rogers, one was property of Tim's, and one was property of Jerry.
This one is Jerry. This one is Tim. This one is Roger.
Well, I mean, it can't both be Roger, your bat, and Roger the cat. It's gonna get confusing.
No, Roger baseball bat. Roger is cat. Very simple. You not so smart for human. Wanders off.
Well, Noman
There's that, I
enjoy
guess.
pet ownership.
Goody.
Well, we have a nice place to sleep for the night.
Oh, my dear friend Rook, just don't think big enough. Imagine the 5 of us living here in the lap of luxury. We could call it Jack's Lodge. Sorry, you know what? That was not fair to the rest of you. It should be Jack and Kyle's Lodge.
What about Jack and Associates?
Ooh. I like it. I like that my name's still in it, but you reduced Kyle to an associate. You're still a good boy, though.
I mean, we could run a business out of here.
At that moment, that I'll just interject. So, you did find 2 other laser turrets on the exterior walls that are intact, but you very quickly found the off switch for all 4. But what I would say is we now need to discuss certain skills that you might have. So, does anybody have the repair skill?
Yes.
All right, what are your scores in repair?
3.
3 and tagged.
3 and tagged.
Tagged.
Also tagged. Wonderful. Then let's do it this way. You can decide which one of you is assisting the other, but working together, I would say that if you want to get the laser turrets up and operational and keyed to your biometric signatures, this will be let's call it I'm trying to think what would be a good role here. Because I think the default for science is intelligence, and I think that's probably the fairest thing. So yeah, why don't we do that? Go ahead and roll me an intelligence and a repair, and I'm going to set the difficulty here at a 2.
Well, Mr. Nines, given that the articulating framework on these laser turrets seems to have been damaged, I think that your more dexterous fingers, hold up his 2 massive stubby hands, would probably be, they would serve you better at this task. So I'll assist.
I need you to hold the turrets up in place. Just try not to let them crush my fingers, please.
Well, I am a little bit clumsy, but I mean, just using me for my brute physical strength as opposed to my intellect does seem really rather productive. Nonetheless, I will, as they say, take one for the team. And Noman will take out his pair of bent glass frames and with no lenses and just put them back on. All right, let's get to work. And he will heft up the damaged laser turret into place.
All right. Don't roll a complication. That's all you have to do. Not roll a complication.
And can I give you 1 AP to roll 3?
You certainly can.
I shall do that.
All right. Well, it looks like Noman's actually gotten you a critical success. So you're already at 2. So all you need to do is roll me 1 success, and you're golden. And you also get a critical success. So that is a grand total of 4, which means you are going to get 2 AP back for your troubles. And yeah, first turret goes up, no problem. It's keyed in to your signatures. It'll shoot anything that is not you and the dog. On the kittens. They're not going to shoot the kittens. I probably should clarify that very quickly.
Help me get the second one up, Noman?
Of course. Impeccable work, by the way. That was very efficient.
Well, like I said before, this is what I did in the vault.
You fixed laser turrets in the vault.
I fixed anything that needed to be fixed.
Okay, well, then that statement would technically not be correct, but that's really beside the point, I suppose. I mean, the laser turrets probably would have been really rather helpful for you, not dying to mutated FEV-infected Mirelurks, but that's...
It was correct in spirit.
Oh, well, fine. Just let's fix the next turret.
And I am going to spend another AP to roll 3 dice once more.
All right. All right, looks like you've got one. I just need to see one from Mr. Noman then, which you do get. And yeah, it's not as efficient and smooth and, quick as the first one, but the second one goes in just fine. No issues there.
One does wonder where they acquired these laser turrets. I don't think these were initially deployed on this lodge.
I would be highly surprised if they had been.
Perhaps they scavenged something from the nearby Air Force base. Or airfield.
It could be worth checking out sometime.
Now, if I may interject, that actually naturally brings us to something that isn't covered in the core rulebook, to my knowledge, but is something we need to figure out because you're settlement building, more or less. So, until the official rules come out for it, here's how we're going to handle settlement building. Whenever you scavenge somewhere, you can take the opportunity to forego rolls in a category in order to basically get building materials. Now, these building materials are going to be nebulous. I'm not going to, be super finite with them, but you'll basically get a stack of resources you can use to build things. Now, you might be asking, well, ELH, what would we ever want to build? Well, for example, if you want to mess with that power armor, you're going to need a power armor station. And if you want to cook, you're going to need a cooking station. If you want to do weapons, a weapon workbench, a chemistry station, an armor workbench. You see where this is all going. So in order to craft these workbenches, you're going to have to scavenge different locations for different materials.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that also said is you can also add things like turrets to your location. So let's say, for example, you find enough materials to build a turret, you could certainly add a turret to your defenses. And yes, don't worry, I'll actually make the defenses mean something if you invest into them.
I don't believe that there's any more work to be done. I mean, obviously we have the massive hole in the wall that my brother's left, but it may be about time for us to rest for the evening.
Yes, I don't see anything else that we can do at this moment.
No, I guess, good job, team. We killed a bunch of strangers together. Took the
Killed the
house.
strangers. They didn't stand a chance, and we are heroes. We saved those little wee cats. We're the heroes. You all should know it.
'Cause we saved the kitty cats and killed their other owners.
It's a fascinating demonstration of the way in which victors rewrite history to their own advantage. I appreciate the object lesson that you provided to us all, Jack. That's very helpful.
Well, music clarifies a lot of things, Noman.
Are you okay, brother?
He's holding the kittens in his palms. I hold the kittens in the palms of my hands.
Now, Bubs, I just want to make a quick suggestion, and only because it would be adorable, but what if we made like a sling backpack for Kyle here, and then the kittens could like ride in it? All right, I'll get sewing.
Bubs is broken. He loves the idea. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think there's only one thing then that we'll cover before we call it a session is we actually need to address healing. So, unlike Star Trek Adventures, where you would automatically regain all health and whatnot at the start of a new scene, Fallout is again a little bit different. Well, actually a lot different. So, this is actually probably something that Noman would have done prior to you guys scavenging, but basically, the way this is going to work is to regain health, you have to do an int and a medicine at a difficulty of 1. And when you pass that, you heal your HP equal to your medicine skill. So your medicine is what, a 3?
4.
So you would basically restore 4 HP to whomever you heal.
So I think that I would start with Amaruk, and this was something that I actually mentioned outside before we actually began scavenging. So I would, I would have carried through with this, as you said.
So that is a critical success. You actually gain an AP back. And yeah, so you can heal 4, but you can immediately spend that AP to do another bit of HP. For a total of 5.
Yeah, 4 gets me to. So I took 6 damage. Mm-hmm. So 4 gets me. I 2 away from max health.
Then I think I'd rather save that one to heal Jack because he also needs it.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Okay. Then working on Jack, I would spend. Actually, no, I'll spend that and give it you the extra point, and then I'll just give the GM an extra point. Of AP.
And that is more than sufficient. So Jack 2 restores 4 HP.
Excellent. That's all the damage it took.
Right, which I believe leaves Bubs by my count.
And I think... Sorry, go ahead, Wolf.
No, I'm playing with the kittens. I've created a nice little like kitten house out of like boxes and stuff, and I'm like, somehow Bubs is going to spend the rest of his luck points tonight, and he found several bags of kitten chow completely unaffected by the radiation, and he's poured them into 3 little bowls for the kittens, and is just like nurturing them very gently.
Yeah. I spend a luck point. It turns out there used to be a pet daycare here, and Kyle has found like a bunch of toys. He's just slowly bringing them over and dropping them at Bubs' feet.
Oh my god,
that's fucking adorable.
I love it.
You are a good dog. Pop, pop, pop. Be gentle with kittens. If you're too hard, you could crush them. Very nice, like this. And he just gently pets one of the kitten's faces. Like, good kitten.
And I think it is at this point that Noman would walk up to him and put a hand on his shoulder. And he says, I was very worried about you when you ran off today.
When did I run off? Today's bit of blur, mostly blood rage, but these kittens are adorable. Look it. And he picks them up and shows them to you.
They are quite cute, and he will reach under the chin of one kitten and try to scratch it there.
Be gentle. You have big hands. You could crush.
Yes, that's
brother,
very, very wise of you.
Puts them back down.
I appreciate the fact that you're being gentle and you're trying to be kind. That you are an inspiration to me, Bubs. You're teaching me a good lesson.
You're welcome.
That's very polite of you. Now, I think it's about time for the kittens to get a good night's sleep, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes.
You can read me bedtime story. Yay! And then he runs off to find a bed.
Yes. Okay. Gentlemen, unless there's anything else that you require of me, I got to go read a story to my brother and excise a bullet.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And before I make that medicine roll, or as he's doing that, he is going to be reading to Bubs. He's going to pull out a small booklet, open it up, and on the first page is a Super Mutants Guide to the ABCs.
Nice.
There's an image of a child with an apple in his hand and a super mutant standing off in the distance. And he reads out, A is for apple, shiny and red. He turns the page, and there's a super mutant whacking him over the head with a baseball bat. B is for baseball bat, which crushes a head, just like you did today.
B is for Roger.
Ah, yes. True, because Roger is a baseball bat. Right. And then flips over the page. The Volt Boy is sort of sitting on the ground, dead, and the super mutant is now eating the apple. And C is for corpse, a person who's dead. Right? Like all the people that you made dead today, right?
I made many people dead.
Yes, that was so much fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right.
Roger.
Now, okay, well, he's asleep, so I guess that's a good enough time to pull out that bullet.
Clickety clack, don't talk back. Oh yeah.
And Noman will just sort of pat him gently on the head and try to excise the bullet.
Don't roll a complication. That's all you have to do. Don't roll a complication. That's all you have to do. No complication. I believe. All right, you got a critical success, the opposite of a complication. You're good. You heal. Bubs will heal his 4 HP.
Good night, Bubs.
And with that, I think that is where we will end tonight's little session. So yeah, what did you guys think? I know that was a little bit more combat heavy in the middle there, but I thought that was really enjoyable.
Want to give props to Matthew here.
The fucking ABCs, was that off the cuff or was that
was off
prepared?
the cuff? Well fucking done.
I might have thought of that beforehand, but
That was really
Still good. Still amazing.
granted, I didn't imagine that it would align so well with the baseball swing that we had today, but
that was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was fun. Yeah, as you guys know, I've been going through some stuff, and this was a lot of fun. I got to be goofy and silly, and I felt like myself for the first time in a week. So this was fun. Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to end the recording for YouTube, but Twitch, stick around because we're going to rate somebody. But YouTube, see you later. Bye-bye, YouTube.